Okay, so this is going to be an in-depth review of the stealth machine. It comes in a box like this. It comes as a package wherein you get a machine and I've purchased some extra springs over here. Pardon me for the background noises, there's a lot of traffic around. So these are extra springs which I've purchased just in case I lose one of them. There's a spring over here, it's hidden. I'll open up the machine and I'll show it to you. So these are the springs. I'll keep it aside, and this is the machine. And you also get these two Allen keys. So this one, you can use it to adjust the to tighten or loosen the pro bearing, and this Allen key you can use it to take off the motor for any kind of servicing. So I'll just open it up and show it to you how it works. And yeah, so there's a motor inside connected to a pro bearing with adjustable stroke lengths, so you can adjust the stroke length as I've mentioned in my previous video. And there's an armature bar kind of a setup wherein it's connected with the plastic link, and it just drives the needle. So I'll open it up. So first, what I would do is I would open this up first, take it off, and then it comes loose. I'll keep it here. Now you can see another Allen screw which is right over here. There's an Allen screw over here, so that holds the motor in place. So first, to take off the motor, you also need to take off the top bearing. So I'll take off the bearing. It's very easy to maintenance on this machine because it's really simple. You just have to loosen a few screws here and there, slide it off. Now you need to loosen the pro bearing first, and then loosen this. So you just have to take it all off. I don't know if you can see this, it's at the end. Now you also need to take off these two screws. So you need a Phillips head screwdriver. I do not have that, but I've got this which does the trick. You need to take it off. And then the motor slides. And you can separate the motor. So this is the motor that comes with the machine. It's connected to this clip cord kind of a connection, and the motor is quite light. It's not really noisy, and it's really good. The motor is good. I love the motor. Now you need to be careful while taking off the bearing because there's a spring over here. So first you need to take off this O-ring and then slide it off. This is the bearing that comes with it. And then there's the spring. This is a spring which you should be very careful when you take it off, because if you lose, I don't know if it's focusing, but if you lose the spring, then it's going to be difficult. That's why I have ordered two more extra springs just in case I lose one of them. So this is the armature bar. I just put it back in place. Okay. And then you can do any kind of a maintenance like cleaning and all that. So you can adjust the cam. I don't know if you can see the different stroke lengths. There's 4, 4.5, 3.5, 2.5, 1.5 and 2. So I'll talk about the stroke lengths later on. Now I'll just put it back. And again, you just have to slide in the motor, and to know which direction it was in, it's very simple. There's this mark over here because of the screw that keeps it in place. So there's a black paint, and the paint has gone off because of the screw, so that facing this direction, and that's how I keep a track. And I just put it back. Now you have to align the motor with the bearing. And then once that is in place, you can just screw this up. You can just tighten it. So just finger tight it. Do not tight it too much, and make sure you do not lose any of the parts. It's going to be really difficult to find. I put back the screw that's holding the machine, the motor in place. So that goes in the middle. You don't have to tighten it too much, just give it a little snug fit, and that should be good enough. The motor shouldn't rattle around. And also make sure you tighten this little screw over here. Again, you don't have to tighten it all the way, just have to give it a little finger tight. That's it. You can damage the, just a little finger tight. That's it. So it's sorted, and the machine should work fine. I think it should go a little bit down. That's okay. And again, you just have to fix it back, put everything back. There, that's it, simple. And for the maintenance part, after using it for maybe half 1 week or 2 week, half a month, it just needs a little bit of lubrication over here. And all you have to do is take some lubricating oil, like any motor lubricating oil, and put 1 drop over here, and run the machine. Or what I do is I keep running the machine and I add 2 drops, so 1 drop just sprays off and other one is good enough to just lubricate the bearing. And I also add a drop over here, which is of no use, but still I do it. And it's a good machine, lightweight. The benefit is it's silent, it's lightweight and it's silent. It is powerful considering how you use it, because if you use a longer stroke, which is the 4.5 stroke length, you can use it for large magnums with a slow speed. But if you increase the speed, then you can do a lot of damage. So you need to know what's the difference between stroke length and the speed of the machine. So I've done a video on that, and if you still have doubts, I can explain it clearly in my next videos. See, this is how I do. I like to share all my thoughts and give out what's needed and up to the point. I don't like to, create all these kind of nonsense where I tell you something and you don't understand and you end up doing something else. So whatever it is, if you have, you can just ask it in the comments, and I'll try to explain it in the comments. Most of the time I do that. You can read the comment section. There's a lot of conversation that happens over there. About the machine, coming back to it, you can change the stroke length immediately if you want to do some color packing and also want to do some soft shades with the same magnum setup. All you have to do is change the stroke length of the machine, change it to a 2.5 or 3 stroke, and do a soft shade, and then go back to 4 or 4.5 to do some color packings. It does give you a smooth shading. You can do smooth shades with it because of the stroke lengths that you can adjust. Plus the motor is powerful, but I find the lowest stroke length, which is the 2.0 stroke length, that to be of no use for me, because you can do really smooth shading with that stroke length on a skin pad, but it doesn't work on actual skin. So the only reason I use this machine is of the lightweight and the power and the stroke length. So because it has a 4.5 stroke length, I use it for stipple shading with a slow machine. So I shade everything, the entire tattoo, using the stipple shading method. That's how I learned, and that's how I do my tattoos, and that's how it's I fell in love with this machine. So if this spoils, I will buy another one, same machine, because I love this machine. You can go for it, and finding replacement parts might be difficult, but this is a cheap machine, which is also really good. I haven't tried the new Stealth. That's the version 3, I guess, but maybe I might consider going for the Stealth version 3 or buy another same machine. But it's been 2 years now and I'm still using this machine, no problem at all. I also love this, the blue color. It looks really good. The branding, it's from Worldwide Tattoo Supply, made in USA. Quality is extremely good. The outer casing is really good. I also spray it with alcohol, and it's there's no sign of any kind of damage on the machine. uh, if you drop it, it might break. The plastic might break. I believe this is plastic, this is also plastic, but apart from that, it is smooth. And I do a lot of experiments with this machine because of the main advantage is the adjustable stroke length. You can just adjust it. As I told you, you can't change it without any tools. That's what the company claims, to change it without any tools. But if you try to change it, the whole bearing turns. So I need to insert something over here, lock it in place, and then I need to change the stroke. Because if I don't use this to pin down the bearing, it just rotates when I try to change the stroke length. I might be doing it wrong, but doesn't work for me without this tool. So I need this tool to change the stroke length. Apart from that, everything is good. It holds. Another one problem which I faced is when I put the needle in, it tends to hit the tube even if I put a bend. So I need to bend the needle in a different angle, in a different curve, so that it doesn't hit the tube and go straight. So that's one thing which you have to practice. And that's it. That's it about this machine. It's really good. I'm happy that I bought this. There are a lot of knockoffs, so it's always good to buy from a reputed tattoo supplier, and it is good. What else can I say? There's not a lot of drawbacks apart from changing the cam bearing without any tools would be great, but doesn't work for me, or I might be doing it wrong, as I already told you. And it looks like a coil machine, works almost like a coil machine. You can do lining, shadings, color packing, everything, to be honest. But I fell in love with it because I do stipple shading a lot. It's that's one thing which I really appreciate this machine for. It can pack in the color with a 3RL with stipple shades like small dots because of the long stroke and low running voltage. Like I run it at around 4.5 for the stipple shading, 5 for normal smooth shading, and 6 for lining. That's it. So this is how it works for me on a 3RL, not anything more than that. So I use this for 3RL. So you need to adjust the voltage as per your needs. Higher the larger the grouping, needle grouping, high voltage, because it has to puncture the skin. So with the 3RL, that's what I use. 4.5 for stipple, 5 for simple shading, and 6 for lining. Sometimes 6.5 for lining with a slow hand speed. It's quite light. What else can I say? I think that's about it. If you have any other extra queries regarding this, put down in the comments. I might make another video, or I might put it in the comments itself. And I'll be coming up with another interesting video really soon. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. And also, please share the video. And I also forgot, the box comes with this kind of a hologram sticker wherein you can scratch this to reveal the authentication code. So it's still intact. I haven't scratched it. I know that this machine is authentic because I have purchased it from the right supplier. To be honest, it's a really good machine. Trust me.